So let's bring it back home now and talk about self-leadership. I know we started with leading people.
Yes.
Let's talk about self-leadership now. And one of the things we mentioned earlier was how a lot of people are changing, and we said we'll come back and talk about it.
Yes, yeah.
People in their late 30s and
Yeah.
early 40s are changing their profession or transitioning.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about that as far as self-leadership is concerned. Number one, how do you know it is time to transition? And number two, how do you do that as seamlessly as possible?
That's interesting. I don't know if it's seamless, but then it's interesting. Yeah. I think what happens is this. Most of us start working maybe at the age of 25, 26, okay? 15 years later, we're in our 40s.
Yes.
15 years later, we have done this thing. We know it. In fact, if you have been in a particular profession, 15 years later...
Especially corporate, yeah?
Yes, you've reached that place. You're almost at the peak of your profession. You can do your work with your eyes closed.
Yes.
So what happens?
You can do it from home in your pajamas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the thrill, the challenge is diminishing.
Okay.
So you're caught up in this place. Then it's also a place of realizing, you know, when I started working, I promised myself, by the time I get to 40, I'll have my master's, I'll be at this level, I'll have a house. Do you understand?
Yeah. Did you have those promises for yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Did you meet them?
Yes, a good number.
Well done.
A good number,
Well
a good
done.
number. I did that. Do you see? So what happens is when you get to that place, there's that sense of dissatisfaction.
Yes.
And you're looking back, I worked for 15 years. What have I to show for? Am I still paying rent? That's one thing.
Yes.
Do I still have the same car? If you have got kids and right, you understand?
And when you bought it, it was a cool
It was a
car.
cool thing right now. Do you see? Am I still having the same? And there's always this fallacy. I don't know if it's a fallacy or what, that your peers seem to be doing better.
You know, I don't know if it's a fallacy either, because I always think that a funny story I always say is, for me, like now with I drive a red Vitz, old beat up. Okay, it's not really beat up, but it's not the new thing.
Yes.
And sometimes I park in our local, and as you're walking in, you're just seeing all the other cars.
All the other cars, exactly.
And I'm like, Mona, really?
You actually start feeling the peer pressure. You just start feeling it.
Yeah.
I was being told, I was hearing a story of this lady who went for a meeting with these other ladies. It was in a hotel.
Yeah.
And they were really having, in fact, it was the Christian women, and they were having fun, and they talked, and she really bonded, and it was really nice. So she leaves the meeting, and now the people are going.
Yeah.
So she said, working with ladies as they entered their cars, you know, she ignored her car. She actually ignored her.
I need to meet her.
She ignored her car and said bye to everybody. After everybody had gone, that's when she entered into her car. And still, she started feeling that pressure.
Yeah.
And start feeling,
even if it's not something that matters to you, because honestly, it does not. That is like the least of my priorities right now.
Exactly.
You know.
But you kind of start feeling, no, I need to have been at a better place.
Even renting versus owning,
Exactly.
things like that. Yeah.
So, but you look back and say, and even there's a sense of dissatisfaction.
Yeah. Or what have I done?
Exactly. So the question is now starting to discover, what should I do?
How do you truthfully measure where you are? I know you asked me earlier, we did like a mini life coach before we went on air. And you asked me earlier, what percentage are you at? And I said 45.
Yes.
You know, and I don't know if that is true, or if my 45 is being measured against the nice cars parked in my neighborhood, or homeowners, or you know what I mean?
But you noticed the conversation when you say what passion place, what did you identify that place you want to be at? This place.
Oh, my happy place.
Exactly.
Yes, my happy place.
So you have a happy place.
Yes.
And that kind of defines for you what you want.
I like that.
Do you see? And I think for each and every one of us, we have that happy place. We have a personal definition of what success looks like to us.
And that's what we need to be true to.
That's when you're true
Leave
to
me
that.
and my Vitz alone. It needs paint. So what?
Exactly. So what? You understand? For you, happy is not a car. Happy is other things.
Yes.
It's what you are describing, you know, writing, doing this thing. That's your happy place.
Yes.
So each and every one of us, we were able to define our happy place. And by the time we get to after 15, 20 years of working, where are we in a happy place? Are we closer or farther? When you're farther, that's when you start becoming dissatisfied.
Yeah. And that's actually, I think, when you start looking at what other people are doing.
It could be.
Isn't it?
Yes, it could be. And you see, I think looking at what other people are, there's nothing wrong. I think it's, if we look at other people and be challenged and be inspired,
Okay.
You know, there's a way of saying, if this so-and-so can do this, then I
need
can.
to step
if
up a bit
so-and-so
more.
can do it, I can step up and acquire. So when we get to that place, if you yourself know, by the time you started working, there are certain things you told yourself.
Yeah.
By the time I get to this age, I need
New
to...
York best-selling list.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
When you get to that place and you find that you've not attained that, don't get depressed.
Okay.
You
Which
know,
is what most of us do.
Exactly. I mean, if you talk to salespeople, how many pitches do they do before they get a sale?
Yeah.
And you see, that's a reality. That's a reality on the ground. And I think we are growing up as wimps.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
I mean,
we are wimpy.
Yes, we go through a crisis and we all get depressed. I think we are a spoiled generation. Do you understand? We don't have that endurance and say, wait a minute.
Resilience.
In resilience,
Yeah.
I can still do this. You know, I admire stories of women who have been left by their husbands because they've got 6 kids and the man can't take it and takes off. But this woman decides she will do anything, takes them to school, get college degrees, they become professionals. And this woman and the kids, now when they
turn around and they take care of her. That is true.
And they respect her.
That is very true.
But she took that extra mile.
To do that.
Yeah, she did not look at circumstances and give up.
Yeah.
But it made her stronger.
Okay. So you get to that point where you're now transitioning and you're measuring, and like for me, I say I'm at 45%. What are some of the actual steps you can take in self-leadership to take you to that 55, 60, 70? You
see, one thing I like about coaching, and one thing and it has helped me, is creating a self-awareness.
Okay.
We say as coaches, the best expert of me is me. Because I have been with myself since the day I was born. Do you understand? I know myself.
Yes, every day.
Every day. And just starting to be real to yourself, the things that you can do, the things that you can't do, the things that you need to do.
Okay.
You understand?
The things you need to stop.
The things that you need to stop, really addressing that and having a personal retreat and coming up with a step. For us coaches, what we do is put you in that space to start thinking about those things. Putting a mirror and telling you, what about this? When you do this, what do you need to do to succeed? And move at your pace.
Yeah.
You are not competing with anyone. Run your own race. Okay, know the things that you can do. If there are weak areas, know the things that you need to do to cover that. So it's a very personal thing that you need to do. And believe in yourself. You know one thing, Mona, if you do not believe in yourself, nobody else will.
No one else can do it for you.
No.
Yeah.
No, you can't keep looking around and asking people to believe in you. And you don't believe in yourself.
Yeah. And people can always sense that. Whether it's because you want them to invest in something or support you, they can always sense when you're trying to climb on their shoulder.
Exactly.
For your own support, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So it's really believing in yourself and starting that journey. Sitting down and say, I'm here. Where do I need to go?
So are those the choice questions? First of all, like, where am I?
Where am I? Okay, where am I? Honestly.
Yeah.
When I was looking back, where did I expect to be at this point in my life?
Yes.
When I look back, what did I used to dream? Going back, you know, when you're a kid, or even in high school, or when you started your career, or when you were in college graduating, what did you tell yourself? You see, go back to that place that you defined yourself.
All the way back to college.
Yeah, all the way back, because that's where it all begins.
That's true.
That's where it all begins as you graduate, and the things that space. When you first got your job, what are the things that you're talking about? And just going back, what did I say I want to be? Now, looking back and saying, now comparing, where am I now?
Yeah. And what happened in between?
Exactly what happened. Where did I get distracted? What do I need to do that? And then redefining again, where do I want to be? And then you see what happens with time is that experience is good and bad. You can always learn.
That's true. That's
true. You know, if I'm in a coaching session and somebody comes and tells me, I have tried everything. I have tried, you ask, I've tried everything that's not working. My next question to them is this: what have you learned?
Wow.
With all this trying, what have you learned?
What have you learned?
Because you've tried this, you've tried this. There's something that you've learned.
Yeah.
And from that learning, how can it help you move forward
to the next,
to where you want to go?
Because I think that's where we get caught up, a lot of us. We realize where we wanted to be when we were 18, where we are now when we are 40, and then we stop there.
That's it.
Just reliving the possibilities of glory that never came to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that pain and then the bad experiences.
Yes.
No, let me tell
who
you.
to blame
and who
for
to
it.
blame. Exactly.
Yes.
Let me tell you, Mona, the greatest thing that a person should do to themselves is this. Take responsibility of their lives. Once you do that, you're halfway.
Wow.
To where you need to be.
Yeah.
Take responsibility. Stop blaming your mother. They didn't take you to school. Stop blaming.
Your father was too harsh.
Yeah, the boss kicked you out of the job.
Too many children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. See, okay, these are bad experiences.
Yeah.
What can I learn from them? If I'm to relive this again, what can I do better not to be in that place? Because what I believe is this. Our career path is personal. We should determine our career path.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Our career path is personal.
It's personal, and you should map it out for yourself, such that each time you get a job, it should take you closer to your career
what you
goal.
want to do.
You're on a career path, you're on a career progression.
Yeah.
Such that if a job comes, you always have to ask yourself, is this job taking me closer to where I want to be?
That's true.
Or diverting, if it's diverting, even if it's money, unless you need money at that time.
At that time, then you
can
take it
for that period of time. But you
keep
see
your eyes
exactly on the price.
Yeah. And how do you know, like, doing that? Because for me as a writer, it's very real.
Yes.
And I said this in one of my older monologues where I was saying at some point I used to take up all jobs. 5K, 10K, 15, whatever it was, I would take it because I was just amassing jobs.
Yes.
But then you realize, like I told you, my ultimate dream, New York Times best-selling list.
Yes.
So if I'm going to do that, and I want to do that with dramas or win an Oscar, that's another one, and I want to do that with dramas.
Yes.
I can't keep taking jobs for comedies and not, enhancing my skill as a drama.
Exactly. Focus. They say when you bring all light together, when you focus light, it becomes
A beam.
A laser beam that cuts through iron. So it's just about focusing, just saying, this is it. And you know what, Mona? There's something in our hearts that deep down in our heart, we know we need to be doing. Our hearts, just follow your heart. And you start getting focused. Such as when you start getting focused, interesting thing is this, when you start moving towards a focused direction, you kind of start attracting.
Yes. Everything just
starts falling.
They find you.
It's as if the universe now agrees with you.
Yes. Because you're finally doing the purpose
you're not all over.
that you agreed to do also.
Exactly.
It was a contract between, I believe it's a covenant between you and God.
Yes.
He didn't impose it on you.
No.
And you agreed. When you go to earth,
this is it.
This is it.
This is it. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
This is it. And you see, when you focus and you start doing something that you love, you become excellent. Because you invest the time.
Yeah.
You invest at it. You sharpen it.
And the challenges move you forward.
You learn from the challenges.
Yes,
You're not scared.
Yes.
You will research on great people who have done this. Like now for you, it's a bestseller, New York bestseller. What you start studying about them.
Exactly.
What did they do?
Yeah.
You see, you're reading about them.
And it's about impacting lives. One of my most inspirational people has always been Oprah Winfrey. I listen to Oprah every single week. What's she talking about? How is she doing it?
Exactly.
What is she doing different? How things like that.
Yes. You start learning and start implementing some things, and little by little you start getting closer. And then the question is, how much do you want it?
How much do you want it?
How much do you want this? Yeah. So there's this passion, this something but how much do you want it? And how much are you willing to work and sacrifice to get it? Yeah.
Does time matter? Like sometimes you want to tell somebody, okay, if you've tried this thing for 5 years and you've not done it,
yes,
you should rethink. Is that true, or do you?
I think time is important because time at times is key.
Yeah.
But how do you make time your ally, not your enemy? Do you know what they say? If you want to be in control of the future, create it now.
Ooh, I like that.
Do you understand? So you kind of start creating.
Break that down for me a little bit more. You want to be?
If you want to be in control of the future, create it now.
Okay. Let's give a specific example. For instance, my sister likes dancing.
Yes.
Dance is her passion and she likes working out. Emma,
yes.
you know Emma?
Yes.
She likes working out.
Yes.
So she's been really struggling to balance between that and to drive her passion towards that vis-a-vis what she does for a living, which is she audits hotels.
Yes.
So for her, if you're telling her you want to create your future, do it now. What are some of the things as a life coach?
Life coach thing, draw me a picture. I'm sitting with Emma here and ask her, draw me a picture of where you will be 5 years from now? Well, what time would be good? And let us choose. Maybe say 7
3,
years
7,
from now.
yeah.
Maybe 7 years from now, I want to be a dancer on Broadway.
Yes.
You so do those plays and be a dancer at Broadway. Say,
Yes.
that is wonderful.
Yeah.
So that's where you want to be.
Yeah.
Let's work backwards. Okay. So what are some of the steps? What will it take for you to get
there
to Broadway? Let's start coming up with steps.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And just being able to identify the things that she may need to do. She may need
little by little.
Yeah, just little by little. What are the things that, let's break it down. What are the things that you need to do?
For instance, I need to make 2 hours every day.
Exactly.
To work towards this, something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I may need to get my connection and try and see if I can offer myself in a small part, maybe in a musical in the town.
Yes,
Do you understand?
yes. A fun community project.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how do I build that?
Yeah.
Do you see? So we're able to break it down and kind of draw a roadmap to this place.
Yeah.
All right. And as she does that, she'll be able not to discover the things that she needs to concentrate on and the things that she needs to start letting go. Wow. Personally, let me share a personal story. I was a lawyer first for 5 years.
Yes, you were.
Remember? Then I became a pastor. And during that time of being a pastor, you know, with pastoring in the church, you work a lot with volunteer teams and you set teams up and you have leaders of other teams. I found myself very intrigued and passionate about equipping and developing leaders to run these volunteer teams. And that's where I came to discover for myself. I love leadership development, equipping and developing leaders. Then as I was doing research one time, must have been about 10, 15 years ago, I came across coaching as an approach.
Okay. As in now that was how you were going to do it.
Yes, that was one of the
You knew you wanted to do it.
Exactly.
But there's many different ways to do it, but you found yours
I found
as coaching.
coaching and coaching just caught my heart.
But Georgie, do you know you've always been a coach?
You tell me.
You always have. The one thing we used to know is if you wanted to do something a bit crazy or off the narrow path, right, and you wanted to accomplish it, first go to Georgie. Talk to him first. He will tell you whether to forget that story, or if it's viable, he will tell you how you need to go about it so that Pastor so-and-so agrees to it. So it all comes to your door. Georgie, what do you think? Or pull you in the parking lot.
Yes.
What do you think about this thing? And you are really good at that. You are really good at that.
So that's something that naturally that I had. And now making it a passion and making it was a hobby, something that I love
exactly,
to do.
to help.
So I just knew I can move. When I can tell you this, I get more excited sitting down one-on-one, talking to people and coaching them, than standing in front of 1,500 people and preaching. There's nothing wrong with preaching,
but it's not yours.
It's not me. That season passed. I enjoy engaging
like
one-on-one and helping people discover for themselves and develop a plan of success of their lives, whether leaders, whether individuals. That's what I love to do.
Wow. This has been brilliant. I think we'll stop on that note.
Okay.
And you have done it so well. Again, I love sitting in this chair because I learned so much from all the different wonderful people that I speak to. And I know when I go home, one of the things I'm going to relook at my roadmap. I think one of the things I need to do is have a time frame for things that I'm going to drop. Because for me to get to where I need to go, I have to do that. So that is something that I'm definitely taking away with me. Create your future today and then work towards it. Yeah, so thank you so much, George Nuthu, for being here with us. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I think and I believe you've all taken a lot home with you. I know I have. How to be a leader of people and how to be a leader of yourself. How to inspire people and how to inspire yourself to get to your next best level. This has been totally amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy and honored to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so thanks so much for watching Life with Mona. We will see you on the next one.